Hi, very good evening. So, do confirm these two things, video streaming and the audio quality, and then we'll proceed accordingly. Okay? A very good evening, all of you. Okay, perfect. So, before I start today's live session, I have a concern to share with you all. So, the concern is I'm feeling tense to do this live session because of several reasons. I'm feeling a bit worried about the consequences, and also I'm really, I'm afraid of the efficiency and how the effect is going to be. So that's my main concern. So if you guys can give your opinion, I'll proceed accordingly. So as I said, I'm really worried to conduct this live session because I don't know how it goes. I don't know whether I'm going to deliver what I intend to. So I have these concerns. Please do share your opinion. I will go through them and then I will proceed accordingly. I'm really worried. In fact, I'm afraid to conduct this live session. That's the reason why I have my new friend, Lion King, with me, so that he provides me the required energy. So, what do you guys think? Should I continue or do you think I should quit? I'm talking about this live session. Seriously. So, what do you guys say? It seems to be streaming fine, right? Anyways, thank you for giving me the support, but did that sound familiar? Whatever concerns I raised now, did that sound familiar to you? Even before starting this live session, even before completing this live session, I voiced some concerns saying that I'm afraid, I'm having some fear, I'm worried, I'm tensed, etc. Don't you think it sounds illogical? Don't you think it sounds, crazy? Even before giving an attempt, even before putting all the efforts, required efforts for this live session, how can I worry and decide that the consequences are going to be bad? So, does this kind of thinking sound or feel familiar? This is what I have been getting in the form of mails on almost day-to-day basis. I was just kidding previously. I'm not at all tense, I'm not at all worried to conduct this live session. In fact, I enjoy doing this. The point which I'm trying to make is, even before giving your complete effort, even before completing the given task, we think too much, we speculate things, we assume things, and we start worrying about the consequences, assuming that it's all going to go bad, or assuming that what if I don't score well, or what if I don't perform well, or what if there is no efficiency or effectiveness in the given desired task. So these are the kinds of thoughts which really pull us back, and you know what? We are all more or less having same IQ. We all have our own potential. As I keep on saying, it's all about tapping into our potential, but the main hurdle which we all face is this kind of thinking which really pulls us back. I'm not talking about any physical hurdles, I'm talking about purely human created psychological hurdles. Even before giving the exam, we say we think there is a lot to study, and we start feeling panicked about the same. Tell me one thing, is that kind of orientation going to help you in any way? I mean, if you're worried, if you're tensed, if you're panicked, if you're frightened, if you're afraid of something, is that going to help you even 1%? If that's going to help you even 1%, okay, it's completely justified to have those kind of feelings. But in what way is that going to help you perform the given task right now in front of you? Rather than helping you, these kind of thoughts in fact pull you back, as I mentioned, and they create more, more friction, and ultimately you feel drained with these kind of thought processes, and you feel like giving up even before giving an attempt, which is very unfortunate. Having said that, we all have our own potential. I hope you got my point, right? So, keeping this in the backdrop, we'll focus on today's topic, that is how to study or how to revise efficiently and effectively, where I'll be sharing some of the inputs based on my experience and based on my observation. And also, you can pose as many questions as you wish to at the end of the session. But before I open this discussion for questions, let me start by giving you some inputs pertaining to today's topic, that is how to revise efficiently and effectively, right? So before I start the core of the discussion, let me know if the audio is fine. If it is fine, then we'll proceed with this same momentum. Okay? So Abhishek says, sir, you have been doing the same for long and all were fantastic and same will be this. That's exactly my point, Abhishek. You have been working right from day one, you have been giving the required amount of effort within your capacity, then why worry about another exam? You have been practicing hundreds, literally thousands of MCQs, and you'll be practicing or giving a test which has 240 multiple choice questions. I'm talking about NEET, or it can be 90 questions, AIMS, or 100 questions. You take any exam, it's just another pattern where you're already used to on a regular basis, then why worry? Then why have those negative feelings? Having said that, as humans, we do have several emotions, we do have all these kind of feelings, that's absolutely okay. Acknowledging to those feelings is fine, but it doesn't mean that we should get carried away. Okay, I have negative thoughts, okay, let me just check them, let me just hold them. But what's more important is how I do now in order to get the desired output efficiently so that I have effective results. If you have this kind of orientation, then no one, no circumstances will ever pull you. Don't you think we all have challenges? We all have our own set of challenges. You might be having your own challenges. It doesn't mean that you have to give up. All you need to do is just hold on to your negative thoughts, just hang in there, and then focus on what you have to do now and see how best you can perform at the given moment, so that you can have natural successful outcomes, as I keep on telling you. Okay, perfect. So first we'll start with, as I said, I'll be sharing a few tips pertaining to how to revise efficiently and effectively. The first and foremost, when we talk about revision, the common question which pops out in our mind is, how many times should I revise? Or how many hours should I revise? Likewise, we might have several questions, but keep in mind, revision is not just about revising n number of times or a multiple number of times. No matter how many times you're revising, mindfulness is the key. Most often we are carried away with this term revision to such an extent that in the first study itself, we don't actually focus on what we are studying, rather than we just neglect most of it by getting distracted. Take for example, you're studying one topic, or take for example, you're attending this live session. Are you paying 100% attention, or are you distracted by some other events that are happening elsewhere? So that's what mindfulness is all about. Giving your 100% towards the task at hand is the key. And once you have that mindfulness over any given task, then your revision becomes much more easy. You take any of our discussions, you take any of our videos, you pay 100% attention to that given topic, and you might involve in that discussion for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, but during the revision phase, all you need to do is, or all you need is 5 to 10 minutes of time to go through the entire topic which you have allotted 2 hours or 3 hours prior. So revision works out effectively only when you have 100% focus or concentration on the given task. That is mindfulness, which I am talking about, right? So just keep that in mind. So it doesn't matter how many times you're revising, even if you're revising once or even if you're studying a particular topic for the first time, see to that you're giving 100% of your focus and attention, which simplifies your revision phase later on. Now, the next point which I wanted to highlight is the number of revisions. Usually, we hear many students saying that like I revised 5 times. A particular book I revised 6 times or 8 times or 10 times. It really doesn't matter. And just because someone has revised some X number of times doesn't mean that you have to do the same. See, there is no point in comparing here. Revise as many times as possible based on your convenience, based on your ability to recollect a particular topic, and based on the necessity there. Take for example pharmacology. If you feel like you're forgetting the names of drugs or classifications, then it's better you go through them on day-to-day basis for at least a week or 2 weeks, right? Likewise, customize revision based on your requirement. And there is no hard and fast rule that you have to complete some X number of revisions before going for the final exam. Always keep that in mind. And don't go by what others say, like you have to revise 3 times or 4 times or minimum 5 times. No, all those things will not work out. It has to be customized. It has to be customized based on your needs, based on your time availability. And I'm sure you're smart enough to, understand this particular phrase when I say customized. So based on your needs and based on your time availability, see to that you're revising any subject accordingly, okay? And the third one which I wanted to highlight is focus on multiple choice questions at this particular phase if you're giving exam this year. Because even in one of the previous videos I mentioned that, 45 days before revision, in one of the previous videos I mentioned that focus on practicing as many multiple choice questions as possible. Because no matter how much theory you have, if you cannot apply it, then it's of no use. So you'll know how to apply it once you start practicing multiple choice questions. So practicing multiple choice questions, especially before the exam, will give you the required amount of confidence. And also, since I mentioned about the previous video, if you observe, I have divided the entire day into phases like phase 1, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., phase 2, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and so on. If you carefully observe, there I have divided the entire day into 4 or 5 phases of 3-hour interval. In the sense, the first phase is for 3 hours, the second phase is for 3 hours, the third phase is for 3 hours. You take any phase, it's 3 hours duration. The reason why I have clearly mentioned it as 3 hours is your final exam is for 3 hours. Usually when you take up an exam, you find it very challenging to sit for 3 hours at a stretch to complete an exam. But imagine what the situation is going to be on the day of final exam. If you are not able to sit 3 hours continuously here, then how do you expect yourself to perform better on the day of exam? So get used to this 3 hours pattern or 3-hour schedule. So usually when you start your preparation or when you're studying something, see to that you allot 3 hours continuously. And in that 3-hour duration, you can take a break for every 40 minutes or 15 minutes, and the break duration can be 5 to 10 minutes. That's completely okay. But see to that you're getting used to sitting for 3 hours at a stretch, which is very, very important. And this helps you to orient yourself for the final exam. I'm talking about NEET. Okay? So 3-hour phases is something which I highlighted in the previous video. I wanted to go through that, and if you have any further queries, you can get back through mail. And finally, before I sum up this entire discussion, notes. Notes is something which is really essential at this particular phase. See, we all have been discussing about the importance of notes, and most of you have been maintaining notes, and now is the time where your notes is going to help you enormously. Those who are attending 2021 exam, even you guys can follow or start making notes, because whenever you make notes, you might feel like you're wasting your time, but as I keep on saying, making notes is wise investment in time, because it is during this particular revision phase, that is 30 days or 40 days before exam, you can rely on your notes, revise all the given content. As a consequence, you'll be saving your time and enhancing your confidence levels. So keep that in mind as well. And finally, if you're, I started this video by saying that you might be having some negative feelings and it's completely okay to have those feelings. All I would say is postpone those feelings. If you can't control them, at least tell yourself that you wish to postpone those feelings till December 20th or after December 20th. So after December 20th or after the day of exam, you have ample time to worry, to get panicked, or to stay hyper or whatever you feel like. So there is ample amount of time for you to worry at a later date, but now is a time where you need to focus on the task at hand. Once you start enjoying the process, you need not worry about the result because you're going to have natural successful outcomes once you start focusing on the task at hand. And you guys have any questions, you can post them here. We'll have some discussion and then we'll conclude the session, right? So these are some of the points which I wanted to highlight, and to summarize, make sure that you're putting your 100% focus on the given task. It can be anything. So mindfulness is the key, and number of revisions has to be customized, but see to that you're revising at least once the given content before your exam. And focus on multiple choice questions and get used to these 3-hour duration phases so that you'll get used to giving your final exam efficiently. And notes is something which is going to save your time and enhance your confidence, right? And tomorrow is the AIMS exam. I'm sure you will do great and wish you all the best. So let me know if you have any questions, and then we'll conclude the session, right? And by the way, the grand test schedule has been released and it's posted in your general section of e-classes. You can access the schedule from your e-classes. And if you have any queries pertaining to your grand test schedule, do let us know and get back through mail for any further queries, right? Yeah, it seems to be streaming now, right? Okay, perfect. Hi, Vaijanath. Hi, Srija, Nahida. Hi, very good evening. Hi, V. Hi, Neha. Alex, hi. Arijit, Hiran. Hello, Ramya. Hello, Abhishek, Teja. Hi. Yeah, it's been quite a while since we had a live session, right? Hi, Suprati. Hi, Nitya. Hello. Hi, Ankur. Jakir, hi. Vanishri, thank you for your encouragement. Vanishri says, please continue, sir. No problem. I'm sure you can deliver it well. Thank you, Vanishri. Hi, Rakshana. Hi, Tanu. Hello, Sita Monica. Akshay, hi. Hi, Rakshita. Hi, Kranti. Hi, Hina. I thought it was Henna. It's Hina. Okay, fine. Hi, Hina. Yeah, hi, Sandeep. Okay, then let's conclude the session. It's really good to have some interaction, live interaction in YouTube after a while. And I'm glad you all could join us live. And you have any further queries, you can always get back through mail, right? So, I wish you all the best. Love you all. Take care, and all the best for your exam tomorrow as well. Right? Take care. Bye.